1, 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Kickout, the final word in professional wrestling. We are here on the For Frequency's Sake podcast network, of course, powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, and colored by Ryan Allison Tattoo. Thank you to our great sponsors. And, of course, thank you to my co-host, my tag team partner, the man I couldn't do this without, Mr. Never Wrong, Nick Bull. Nick, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, CZ. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to talk about wrestling and all things centered around it. I love it.
Sure. Greetings and salutations. We got to go to a live show this past weekend, and it's a step back from when you watch the WWE, but I think besides it, love independent wrestling. Great to be out this past weekend watching wrestling. But I think I know what we're going to talk about today, but I'm going to ask you anyways. It's the polarizing topic in the world of wrestling right now. But CZ, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I wrote my article last week on this, centered around this a little bit here, and the documentary, in my opinion, was very well done. I think we need to talk about WWE Unreal on Netflix.
Okay.
What were your? I know you just recently finished all of the current episodes. What were your initial takeaways?
I think I'm going to be at the opposite end of you probably for the rationale on this, but I thought it was very well done. It's Netflix, it's WWE, and then Peyton Manning is the executive producer, so it's going to be good. It's very well done. I think it's more for people that aren't as big of fans maybe as you and I are, trying to get more of the casual fan in, trying to get more eyes on the product. And I'm not against that at all. It's very well done. It humanizes a lot of these people that we see on TV every week. We just see the character or what we see on their social media page, but this kind of humanizes them a little bit. I liked seeing some stuff, but I don't think all of this stuff should have been shown on TV. I like to suspend disbelief as much as I can, and there was nothing really on there that was like nothing we already didn't know, which meaning like nothing I saw in there shocked me. I was surprised by the Triple H segment, which I'm sure you're going to talk about in episode 4. But I didn't hate it. I just don't know if we needed it.
That's fair. I can see valid points in that. That Triple H thing, the segment that you're talking about is when he is discussing the conspiracy, for lack of a better term, behind the John Cena heel turn, correct?
Yeah, this was about the exclusivity of who knew about it, how little people knew about it, and him calling the shots for the director.
From the standpoint of working in television and working in the control room particularly, I never was a director. I never sat in the director's chair, but I did run audio from time to time. I ran the character generator more exclusively. But not knowing what's coming up for the production team has to be nerve-wracking. And having things called on the fly. That I remember our days working in television, me particularly being behind the scenes, and just when something unexpected would happen, for lack of a better term, the shit hit the fan. It was cool to see that it didn't in this instance. Those guys are pros. They did a great job of calling things on the fly, but yeah, the intricacies of who knew and who didn't really drew me in. The behind the scenes look at what happened in the truck that night. It was a different perspective. Do I think that we needed that perspective? I'm not sure. My article focused on a good question that had been asked to me by Zach Takis, co-host of Wrestling with Fitness, cheap plug. A lot of people are talking about is kayfabe dead, and brother, it's been dead for a while, but at the same time, it's not. Would you agree with that?
I think it depends on who you talk to. I think it depends on who you talk to. I really do. I mean, some will say it is, some will say it's not. But I think the thought, the illusion that it might be there tells you it's not dead.
I can agree with that. I mean, at the same time, you got to look at the other side of things. And with social media and everything that goes on online with the IWC, it kind of takes away some of that aspect, some of the mystery of the product, because we know, oh, well, so and so's contract is up. He's probably going over to the other show now. Oh, so and so just signed a new contract. Great, we get to see him for a while, or things of that nature. Here's the thing I'll equate it to. People talk about how wrestling is fake. I hate that word. It's not. It's scripted. There's a difference. Look at any one of the TV shows you watch on a regular basis. Are they done on the fly? Are they real? No.
Even the reality ones aren't real.
Exactly. Reality. I don't know. I thought the series was good as a whole, and I'm anxious to see what episodes they bring about next year. I'm kind of hoping it's the build to SummerSlam this year is what they present us when the next set comes out. I don't know. Overall, I was happy with the documentary, but like I don't know if it was needed.
Oh, how much more are we going to see? You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I love seeing the Michael P.S. Hayeses, the Bobby Roodes, all the agents that produce stuff, excited when the talent comes back from the match and like they have that moment to celebrate. Like, I think that's really cool. Like, I've always dug Michael P.S. Hayes, and watching him in that series, I thought was really cool. I could give us more Michael P.S. Hayes, but
yeah.
I don't know how they differentiate the next go round of episodes from this. Like you said, the build to SummerSlam would be kind of cool. Would be really cool. Since it was the first 2-night SummerSlam and all the stuff that went in with Cody and Cena, and of course the Rollins Money in the Bank cash in. So much happened at that event. You got to think that's where they're going next episode or next batch of episodes.
I would hope so. And I really hope, like you said, they differentiate it a little bit, because I can see there being another string of hush-hush. I don't know the word I want to use, but just like with the Cena heel turn, I can see there being only a handful of people in on the Rollins cash-in since he was injured.
Right. That will be very interesting to know. It'll be very interesting to know.
I hope they do it differently than they did with the Cena thing, but at the same time, I want to see how it was done.
Right. What was your favorite takeaway from it?
Oh, that's tough. Honestly, episode 4 was my favorite overall, just because of the way that it was put together. It was my biggest takeaway, probably my favorite takeaway, was just seeing the build that goes into going from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania and everything that transpires in between, and then seeing that behind the scenes look at Elimination Chamber in particular with that heel turn. That really struck home with me. I had a lot of fun with that one.
It's watching it kind of reminded me, like, wow, we've had a pretty good year of wrestling so far, like a good year of stories and stuff, and we're not quite there yet, and we got the rest of this Cena farewell tour to go as well. So plenty in store. If you're a fan of WWE and the year they're having here, everybody's having it's a good year of wrestling all around. If you like what you hear here, this is our short form show, The Kick Out. You can hear us midweek Wednesdays, usually at 7 or 6 o'clock Central. And then our long form show, The Card Subject to Change, which is powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, and colored by Ryan Allison Tattoo, airs on Sundays, usually.
This past week we had
Tori Fox on scheduled for Sunday, but got moved to Tuesday. But this upcoming episode, this coming Sunday, we've got a lot of fun. I think we've got an old friend coming into the studio. An old friend. He's a friend for years. Ripley Von Slam. That's right. It's a wrestler a lot of you have never heard about, but he is going to be in studio next week. Ripley's got a very interesting story, a very interesting life, you could say. And he's funny. So we're going to have a good time next week.
I agree. And, hearing his stories, it's going to be something that we've never experienced, I believe, on the show. And some uniqueness, some things that the people who tune in probably won't expect either. And it's one of those shows that I don't think we're going to cover everything that we can in one episode. Unless we go for hours and hours, which you and I don't do.
No, I can't wait to hear about some of his stories of the people that he's worked with. I think the audience is going to love Ripley Von Slam, or as we know him as Brian Weckerly. Looking forward to having him in the studio next week. That is for Card Subject to Change. This is our short form show, of course. If you like to talk wrestling, like what you hear here, like, follow, share, subscribe, hit us up. You got questions, want to be interactive, hit us up on socials. We're pretty easy to find. This has been The Kick Out, our short form show, Card Subject to Change, our long form show on Sundays. But if you like it, come back.
Please do.
Anything else you got?
We should just quickly mention on the 23rd, the Podcasts Collide at Convergence, Heroes for Hudson in Des Moines at the Hall. 6 of the best pro wrestling companies in Iowa getting together for a show for a good cause, helping out a great family in their time of need. And we're doing our part. We are broadcasting with our friend Zach Takis from Shotgun Wrestling Radio. Some of our friends from the 2 Count are going to be with us here. I'm not sure. We haven't solidified exactly who's going to be on, but we're looking at probably JR for sure, maybe Whitney, because both Tom and Ace will be busy getting ready for the show themselves. Ace, of course, being the ring announcer.
Look at you. You're booking their show.
Am I?
Yes.
Well, that's fair.
I had to give you shit, man.
I book everywhere. I'll book anything and anyone, anywhere, anytime.
The overbooker.
But no, Top Shelf Tom will be doing commentary that night. Ace will be doing ring announcing. So I don't know that they'll make it on our big Podcasts Collide show, but looking forward to that, Nick. That's going to be super exciting, and I can't wait until the 23rd for sure.
Just a few short days away. Looking forward to that. Everybody coming together for a good cause. Like CZ said, 6 different wrestling companies, 3 different podcasts coming together, all for a good cause. So we will have more on that in the future weeks of The Kick Out and the Card Subject to Change. But this has been The Kick Out, I guess, for the Wizard CZ and for Never Wrong Nick Bull. This has been The Kick Out, the final word in professional wrestling.
This has been a For Frequency's Sake Podcast Network production. For more great content, subscribe to For Frequency's Sake on YouTube.